Hey, good evening, everyone. Hopefully, a bunch of people come and join the show tonight. We have Dr. Short. Time for atonement, black women. You've been naughty. How you doing, Dr. Short?
I'm good. No, people have been worse than naughty. Folks have been traitors, defeatists in a war. And we're at war. When you're a traitor and you're defeatist, they don't say, well, do you sit up or do you stand when you urinate? They say you're a traitor. They blindfold you and they take you to the wall.
And that's in any other culture but ours.
Yes. And we have to say for every no good traitor, sellout, pork chop feminist, that there's a fagonist, a sorry, pathetic, despicable man who thinks that crawling on his knees, singing about pussy all day long makes him a man. He can he will fight every black man whether he's done anything to him or not, but can't stand up to one man in any other group or any other woman in any other group. His mission is to help pork chop feminists destroy black people. They're pro baby killing, aka abortion. They're pro trans. They're pro gender dysphoria and folk getting double mastectomies and their penises cut off. As long as he can get himself some. And in particular, these guys are so queer. They wish they had vaginas, and their big thing is getting their rectums licked. And if a woman will lick their behind, that's how filthy these guys are. They feel like they're king. Us being replaced and erased by all these invaders coming across the border, no jobs, teaching us garbage in the school, bad food, bad air, bad medication mandated on nothing, as long as he can get his asshole licked, or as long as he could screw a woman in the behind, and maybe he'll do a blowjob if he's up to it. But as long as he's begging, and as long as he hates every other black man, he can get in everybody else's army of cause, but he won't bond with another black man to defend his community. In fact, he won't even form a marriage with these ratchet women that he praises. But yet, he's on the pussy plantation, and hell, picking pubes is easier than picking cotton, although it may be tough on the fingers from my experience. So behind every fake woman or behind every fake man is a fake woman. It works either way. They work together. But you see, talking about no good, trashy, degenerate black men, we do it. It's done. It's okay. It took a holy man sent from on high, a cosmic saint for the 21st century. Kevin Samuels had to be sent to Earth, where the curse or the penalty of talking about accountability and treason and low value versus high value families, you couldn't do all that until Kevin Samuels came to us. Unto us a child was born, and God bless you, Godfather, Holy Prophet,
Praise him.
Savior. Yes. Oh, how I love Kevin, because he loved the truth. He loved telling the truth, and nobody ever noticed when he criticized black men. Some of us, did you hear me say that the guy was good, the ones who lived to get their assholes licked? Does that sound like I'm not willing to criticize men? Does it? A man that imagines he has vagina envy. He thinks his little shithole is his vagina. Does it sound like I'm not critical of these kinds of men who think it's the government's responsible to take care of their kids, or they're in collusion with women to have some decent guy take care of the bastards that they've made along the way? Sort of like throwing cans of beer or soda out the window when you're on the interstate, right? this is does it sound like I can't get down on their asses? These folks were funky and smoke weed, and they look terrible. They look like rotten broccoli in the reduced for quick sale basket that nobody picked up and they haven't thrown out yet. We get down on them. We get down on them for sagging. We get down on sorry ass blackmail killers, grifters, folks who don't man up. All you have to do is point to Judge Joe Brown, someone I know that man up. We've been screaming man up. We've been screaming that for decades, but we haven't been. We've never screamed woman up.
You know what they say,
And
Dr. Short, is they say, "Oh, you're too harsh. Your approach is going to push people away."
good. Well, then get the fuck off this platform. This is a clean train. We don't want trifling, despicable people who want to be reinforced in their degeneracy. The problem in our community is that there's too many people that want to go along to get along. I don't want to get along with black scum. You're my color, you're not my kind. You're not like the women in my family. You're not like the men in my family. You're not like the people who built a Black Wall Street or a Durham, North Carolina, or a Gold Coast or a Bronzeville or a Harlem. You guys are something that should have been eaten by the sharks during the slave trade that got thrown overboard. You're in the goddamn way. So back to the ladies, because it's been a taboo. I mean, there was a whole industry for cover girls and Shange's book and what's this woman, Michelle Wallace, black feminine, black super macho, but there was all these books where these women would just turn into black men for decades. Alice Walker, as I call her, Phallus Stalker in The Color Purple, and all these other books that may have even pointed out some stuff that's wrong with black men. But you know what? You don't have a bunch of books by black men criticizing black women. I mean, as a collective, all black women are bad. It's interesting. Even the black male writers, gay and straight, always had at least a good black woman in their books. But when these studs write a book, every black man is like Mr. in The Color Purple. That's how it's been. It's been monologue. It's been a bad pussy monologue, and we're remixing this shit. In the 50th anniversary of hip hop, we're reversing the goddamn beat, and we're going to talk about sorry, no good, traitor broads that owe an apology. You want to compare two marches, the Million Man March, whether you like it or not, whether it was something that was sustainable or if it was just a moment, you could get a million black men to say we could do better. We can be better people. We can do something in our community. We should. We haven't done our best. You get a march with 2 million black women and all they did was celebrate themselves. And you see the same contrast when initially, when you began to get black men in high office, they did get corrupted. We're not going to praise black elected officials too much, but some of them, with their flaws and all, whether it's Harold Washington or Marion Barry or Gibson or Sharp James or Andrew Young or Maynard Jackson, you can point to, and I left out the one that was Hatcher for Gary, Stokes for Cleveland. Some of those guys really tried, whether they were undermined by the economic racial system, whether the industry and all was removed, they tried to be available to black people with their flaws and all. Contrast Harold Washington with Lori Lightfoot. Contrast Muriel Bowser with Marion Barry, right? Compare, what's that broad that just left the mayoralty of Atlanta within the last 2-3 years?
Keisha Bottoms.
Keisha Bottoms to Maynard Jackson. Just try it. Try it, baby. And you'll find that the black men who absolutely weren't perfect, some of them stole a little bit, some of them did a little bit stuff wrong, but somewhere they tried to do something for the people. You get these black women in office, Congress, wherever, they can't do a goddamn thing for black people. But they have to be praised 24/7 because they got a pussy. I'm in office and I have a pussy. And if I help white people and everybody but black folks, I should still be praised because I'm a woman. They're women first and they're black last. This shit's old, broads. We're mad. We're talking like Archie Bunker in blackface because we're saying that the era is over. You will apologize, and judgment's coming. Let me explain to you part of the judgment before we get into this cast of menstruating characters. Black Lives Matter started by some stupid black lesbians, backed by crooked people. Some of them happen to be Jewish. They're deeply connected to the Democratic Party, who've illegally collected money in the scores, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, that have gone into all these political races that have put in some of the worst administrators of justice, and not that I liked any prosecutors at any given time. I want them to defund racist police, not police in general. There have been some good police. There have been some good firemen. I'd even wait to say there's some good holes. Everything is situational. But anyway, having said that, you know that there's an election coming. And unless they assassinate Donald Trump, or unless we have a coup, if they try to have a shutdown, which won't work, you're going to have a different administration within 18 months. My brother, I'm saying it again.
The brother fuckers, huh?
But who's been the most visible face of attacking Trump?
Our beautiful black women.
Well, you mean unbeautiful. There's nothing beautiful about these hoes. Not folks that are setting us up for genocide. Not folks setting us up for retaliation. Not folks that support 2 or 3 or 4 million men who are of military age being put in neighborhoods and cities full of black seniors. There's nothing beautiful about y'all. It's nothing beautiful about y'all that is silent, that walk around and show this dumb fuck female solidarity to broads that want to molest your kids in school. There's nothing beautiful about women that preside over the Fulton County jail system where black men die by the dozens, and it doesn't even stimulate them to do anything about it. Can you imagine a jail where lots of black women were dying? Well, don't you know black men collectively would be blamed across the country for what a few officials didn't do somewhere in the country? Not unlike what happened with the Somali bitch. That all of a sudden, all of us are being gaslit for stuff we couldn't possibly do. We're tired of being blamed for every fucking thing that happens. And we're tired of you not being blamed for what the fuck you get wrong. And it is considerable to you traitor sisters out there. Now, let's sidebar. We ain't talking about Rosa Parks. We aren't talking about Gloria Richardson. We ain't talking about C. Dolores Tucker. We ain't talking about the old Maxine Waters, but this old broke down bitch, yes, we talk about you. We're not talking about the old Mary Church Terrell. We're not talking about the old, dignified Big Mama, the righteous black women. We ain't talking about y'all. We're not talking about Daisy Bates. We're not talking about Fannie Lou Hamer. We're not talking about Septima Clark. We're not talking about Ella Baker. We're not talking about Constance Baker Motley. Yes, bitch, I know black women's history. I know great black women, and a lot of y'all ain't it. And I can rattle more names. We are not talking about Maria Stewart or Harriet Tubman or Sojourner Truth or Fanny Pleasant. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about that Flavor Flav looking bitch down in Florida that defends DeSantis because she wants some gifts. Yeah, I know who you are, and some of you are in secret societies. We're not talking about Betty Shabazz. We're not talking about Merle Evers Williams. We're not talking about Billie Holiday. We're not talking about great black women. We're talking about the fuck-ups, the baby killers, the liars, the backstabbers, the simulationists, the bench warmers, the belly warmers, the backstabbers. We're not talking about the good ones. So get your feelings the fuck out of the conversation if you're a righteous sister. We're talking about the shitty ones, the sorry ones, the grifters, the fraudsters, the snitches, the ones that go into court as confidential informants and lie on people. Folks that lie to get children stolen by Child and Family Services. Folks that get men killed, folks that get girls killed, women that set women up to get raped, or girls or boys up to be molested. That's who we're talking about. And there are damn a lot of them. And it's getting worse, and the situation is demanding that it be paid attention to and spoken to with the kind of disrespect that I am giving. God so help me. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Yeah, well, we can't be nice tonight. It's time to be mean. It's time to say that we want you guys to go the fuck back to Africa and see how that works. Try it on a reservation. In fact, try it in any other community other than one filled with simps and slackered weak niggas who are slaves to their balls. And half of you broads are gay, don't even like men, don't like children. You abort more than half. God damn. How can anyone do anything with you? You're not married. You don't like cooking. You don't like cleaning. Even your own vaginas don't even go under the hood. My God, disease everywhere. Babies can't read at age 18. Don't want to give visitation to the fathers that pay child support. Damn. The only thing you seem to want to do is destroy the black community and then claim, well, I'm a woman. And, well, you have to understand, I've been hurt. We've been hurt for 500 years. You just notice it's just you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your money that you spend with these Asian beauty parlors, putting chemicals that sterilize you in your hair. It's bigger than the Depo shot. It's bigger. It's bigger than your stuff. Y'all need to have someone yank you by your weave and slap you around, preferably female. In fact, you righteous black women, y'all should be kicking these broads' asses because they're bringing your reputation down globally. And y'all don't listen to us. So for the so-called good ones, you're like the white liberals that know racism's wrong, but you still want to be cool. That's not good enough. You're a bitch too. If you're not aggressively doing like this sister did that shut this Somali grifter down, you're part of the problem. You hoes were a lynch mob just a few days ago. This lying grifter who's been doing this for years, who said she got hit with the brick. You've seen folks with abrasions in their face. Who are our nurses coming up? Our mothers. A brick hitting a face would have scratched the skin, would have been some blood, would have been something on it. I've had my face swell up. I saw that, says, that reminds me when I had a reaction to crabs or something. Didn't look like a brick. I've had my head cracked open. I know what it's like to get hit with a blunt object. They ain't look like that. It's interesting how a black man claimed that a black woman had hit him with the brick. Man, you would have had black women at NASA and everywhere else with satellite feeds prove that nigga lied. And that's okay. You're holding him accountable. But who holds you broads accountable when you lie, when you cheat and steal? When you go into a liquor store pregnant and steal liquor in such a stupid way that you were caught. And when these race soldiers who already hated your guts, who not too long ago shot a black man and woman in the same state of Ohio, something like 140 times for nothing. What did you think they do to you? And you dared him to shoot you. We didn't want her shot. I know you didn't. I didn't. But God, brother, I had a policeman point a gun in my face, and so have you. Did you talk trash to him, or did you try to calm him down, knowing that if he's a devil, he'll just shoot me anyway? But if he's not a devil, flip of a coin, I'll go home tonight.
Got to make it home. That's the number one priority when you leave your house every day. Come back home safe and sound.
Well, I was swatted. I was swatted exactly 30 years ago. Gun in my face. I'm thinking, wow, I'm about to get shot down. Better not move. Don't say anything, because he looks ready to do it. And speak when spoken to. I'm alive because I didn't do anything or say anything that would give him an out, because he still could have shot me, but it would have looked real bad for me to have been shot sitting in a chair with a bunch of books and Xeroxes. It wouldn't have looked like a struggle. It would have looked like an execution. He had to let me go. She could have said, oops, I don't feel well. I'm having postpartum depression. I've got a baby. Please give me a moment, officer. I'm so upset. But not say, what you gonna do, shoot me? With two guns pointed. Not one, but two. Whew. Where did that arrogance, where did that boldness come from? To challenge a race soldier with a gun pointed at you. In the racist state of Ohio, where they steal the presidential elections every 4 years, why wouldn't they shoot you? If y'all sleep in Ohio, they shoot people in Dayton, they shoot people in Akron, they shoot people in Toledo, they shoot people in Youngstown, they shoot people in Cleveland, they shoot folks in Cincinnati. And I didn't do all the major cities. And I left out Columbus, they shoot them there too, where she got shot. But because they get called queen and put on pedestal by this despicable, how can I say, pussy thirsty asshole fagonist who are always telling people how great they are when they don't deserve accolades. They think they can do anything. So let's get in with it. We've done our prologue. We're tired. And we've come here today to declare war on the no good, grifter, fraudster, pork chop feminist, RBG thugs in the hood.
If y'all tired, give us 2 thumbs up in the chat. If you're tired of pork chop feminist,
we're tired of it. And share this. It's time. In fact, this is men speak. We don't want to hear from anybody that's a feminist, because you're part of the problem. Feminism has gone on for too long in the black community and it's killing us. There's not one thing we can point to good that feminism has done in the black community. And yet it's become the ideology of our sisters, much to the loss of the family. The children have lost, the women have lost, the men have lost, the unborn babies that were aborted have lost, the
Hey,
world
hey,
has lost.
hey, Doctor Short, isn't that the unofficial
Uh,
number? Like 20 million?
20 million dead black babies. You sisters need to atone. You need to atone for the fact that you have the highest rate of divorce. It's an excess many times greater than white women and Latino women and Asian women. Why? And with all the damn divorces, y'all still like maybe 1 in 3 are married. How do you go from 80% two-parent households to something like 25% in just a few generations?
Protect
How?
black men. Protect black men at all cost.
Well, no, we should protect each other, but then again, we have to be worth being protected. I'm not
I think
asking
you
for
think more men. You think more
those.
men want to be slaves to the pussy than protect black men?
Well, to me, being slaves to the pussy is it's not bad if it's the pussy. It's when it's rotten. Love Canal, Chernobyl, Bhopal, Fukushima pussy. Nobody should be slaves to that shit. Hurricane Katrina pussy. You should let that shit go out in the ocean. If it's good, fine. But the problem with them is all of it's good all the time. Maybe it's good, but not the person that has it. It's sort of like if you have a phone charge can be good, but if the socket has no juice in it, no matter how good your charger is, it won't work. So they can have a great body and be zero upstairs and zero in their heart and soul. And again, the faggotists, these stupid ass black men who are degenerate, I think a lot of them are bi. They're just omnisexual because they got to screw everything. Not create a family, but they don't love, they fuck. We have a race of fuckers, not a race of lovers. Black ain't beautiful with this kind of shit. Black is filthy, it's degenerate, it's cheap. We need mama and daddy. We need children. We need grandma. We don't need grandmas that bar hop with their daughters and granddaughters. We need mamas that don't show porn to their kids. We need mamas that don't screw a whole sports team of dudes and tell the kids it's my thing. They shouldn't know that. We don't need mothers that tell all the business to their daughters and embitter them against their life partner. Had the girls so angry with men till they can't form a family to get back at their father, who the mother never leaves, and yet this whole never creates a family. This is the kind of shit y'all need to apologize. Y'all killed the babies, you've killed the families. Y'all need weed all the time, so the guys have to become drug dealers to support your stupid ass habits. And then y'all get to go to court and snitch, or get to go to the funeral and star as the victim mother who's lost 8 children to the streets and wear black and shit and be celebrity. And did y'all sign my card? I remember little druggies in my neighborhood. Shit, I'm not signing that card. I'm glad their ass is dead. Damn, that's one less person worry about shooting me. In fact, after that person died, whoever it was stopped stealing our trash cans. They used to do that. Did they steal trash cans where you live?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And the mother helped him steal it. I've watched little dude. He's dead, and thank God his mama's dead too. I watched his mama help him sell drugs and look out for the police, and then try to act all holy in church. And you know she wasn't holy because her wig never came off. But anyway, let's talk about these. This. We got to get into it. Okay, I'm feeling good now. In fact, I feel like taking some natural drugs. I'm thinking about it.
Mm.
Now, my brother. Let's just go do the review.
I'm not your brother tonight, Doctor Short.
Oh, okay.
My name is J. Marion Sims. Doctor, we're gonna do this without anesthesia because that's how they like it.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, they do like it, and they like J. Marion Sims because he's basically one of the fathers of Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, sure he
Mm-hmm.
is. Planned Parenthood, which has destroyed so many black women, got them on depot. That's why they're fat and they look like dwarfs and shit.
My body, my choice, Doctor Short.
Well, it really should say my pussy, my choice. The body is too dignified. Okay. Let's start. It's amazing. You can't really talk real. Oh, well, we can't talk like that around sisters. Come on, let's go somewhere. The little weak ass bangers who don't talk like that around sisters. We can't talk like. And wouldn't be saying whatever the hell they want. They got these nasty rappers talking about licking niggas' ass. And this filthy thing from St. Louis, Red something. In fact, you know what? That little nasty rapper that was at whichever the awards was, that BET awards.
You talking about Sukihana?
The one that looks like Polite with the weave on.
Yeah, Suki.
She looks like Polite. Sure, she does. I'm not sorry. Now let's get into this. No, I want you to kick it off because there's a roll. You got a roll call. You got a whole host of people here.
So let's just start with top left corner, Dr. Short.
Now remember that this
attorney Ebony K. Williams,
mm-hmm.
the one that said a few months ago she would not date a sanitation worker.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought it was going to land right because she claims she has standards, but her white zaddy dumped
mm-hmm.
her off.
Well, he had standards too. See, they think the standards thing is one-sided. Only they can have standards. Nobody else has standards but them. And that goes back to you have a vagina, you're a goddess, and I'm not even mortal because I depend on you have a penis, and I'm a no good person, and I just wish someone would top me up so I could be okay. I mean, I see this panhandling beggar type stuff, the Keith Sweat psychology. That's disgusting. If you listen to Latin music or Asian, nobody begs or grovells in front of the women. It's pathetic. And not only that, a whole lot of the men have to have voices in the soprano range. The women don't want real men begging them for. They want a man that sounds like a woman begging them for pussy. Whether it's a guy in Switch or I don't know, Elder Bars. Everybody's got to have a high pitched voice to rap to them. The guy has to have long hair and he has to have earrings. He has to have perfectly smooth skin. They basically want a trans man. You don't want a man. You don't want a man. You hate black men so much that black man has to literally be a woman before you like him. You like Michael Jackson, he's soft and he's sensitive, right? Until he got too many surgeries. A man isn't good enough. Only women are any good. And yet they can't stand each other because when they get together, they beat the shit out of each other. The biggest ongoing scandal in the country is a number of women shooting, killing, stabbing each other in same-sex relationships. Were this black men, my God, it would be in the papers every day. So it shows that the system, both the white system and the pork chop feminist, rogue, rebellious sister system, doesn't like any accountability or any attention drawn to where they're wrong. It's only the black men. And we already said for the assholes just joining, we know that black men have issues. Now we talking about hoes tonight. Hoes have to be told off. And it's a shame. It's a shame. You're a married man, brother. And it's interesting. You may catch more hell than Sotomayor, who may not be married. Isn't that interesting? In other words, good men have to be silent. A bad dude who they'll listen to, he can say whatever he wants. So they even have a perverted value system where everything favors degeneracy, evil, and deviant standards. So as for the lawyer, a lot of these women don't deserve a sanitation worker. I happen to be friends to a sanitation worker, and that dude's wife cheated on him, working 90 hours a week. And the man's wife, who didn't clean the house, wasn't a very good mom, cheated on them in their own marital bed.
So, Dr.
Okay.
Short, I have.
And dude working hard too. Hard working man. We're talking about a man that will work 100 hours a week to take care of his family. And he can't count on someone to be faithful to him.
So then, Dr. Short, I have our sister who decided to lose her life in Columbus, Ohio, and we saw the video.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? You need to put the video up where they show her stealing the liquor in the store. Not that anyone should die for liquor, but my God, sister, if they can kill a black man outside of a store selling CDs, if they can kill a black man outside of a store selling loose cigarettes, if they will kill a black man for that, why would you think if you went in and actually took something that nothing would happen to you? And when they're there with the guns pointed at you, you basically dare them. If you cared anything for the baby inside of you, or the man that you had that baby with, because I don't think she's married, she has other children. So you wonder. And of course, there are all these accolades about what a wonderful person she is now. And of course, you know, it came from her mother, a questionable source of whether I can trust her character. The mom says she's such a great person that everybody loved. Is it okay if I have my doubts?
So then, Dr. Short, I'm going to show her video, but then we can move right along to the smallest picture. Well, the second smallest picture up there. And it's I'm going to call her Miss Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
She's really upholding the legacy of Dr. King.
In a backwards way.
So, Dr. Short, then under her, we have the young lady Khalees, who used to be a singer, or whatever she does now. And she's the one dating Bill Murray.
You mean was dating? He dumped her.
Yeah. Throw it to the curb.
She didn't even last the summer.
Yeah, it was a hot girl summer, Dr. Short.
Maybe it wasn't that hot. Maybe you should call it the dud girl summer.
So I see somebody in the chat knows our distinguished guest all the way to our right, Miss Tarana Burt. The face, literally the face of the Me Too movement.
Is it Me Too in terms of needing a facelift?
is something, Dr. Short.
I thought that was KRS-One.
KRS too, as angry black Negro said. It's
Mm.
KRS too.
Well, look at her. But you know what's interesting? She didn't say anything about Jeffrey Epstein. She hasn't said anything about this damn Sound of Freedom movie. She hasn't said anything about black women raped in prisons across this country. She doesn't say anything about the hundreds of black children molested and raped in the Chicago school system, or our child and family services, or the thousands of missing black women or trafficked black women. You know, these black women, I really do think they either want to be with a white man or a white woman or both. Where are these women when women are being attacked by men in prisons? Where was she when Obama and them said that men could be put in women's jails?
I know you guys in the chat may want Dr. Short and myself to talk about Danny Madison. One of the things that we like to address is cleaning our own house first. Danny Madison got what he deserved, and he's gonna, die in jail. But we have a lot of cleaning our own house first. Hold on, you guys. You back, Dr. Short?
Yeah.
Here you go, Dr. Short. I have the video here. She's pregnant stealing liquor, Dr. Short.
Well, she's probably in a competition for who will have the worst fetal alcohol neonate baby. They have contests like this. I know it's black men's fault.
Yeah, protect black women at all costs.
I bet she's never shopped for school supplies for her kids the same way.
Hey, stop.
I'm not going to show the rest.
You could. Go ahead. Why stop?
I don't want to show the rest, Dr. Short.
No, show it. By the way, it's our fault. As black men, we may as well get full credit.
Out of the car. Out of the car. Out of the car. Out of the car.
Where are the black
Out of
men?
the car.
Where are the
Out of the
black
car.
men?
They said
Where
you
are
stole
the
stuff,
black
do not
men?
leave. Get out of the car. Then get out.
You
No,
should have blamed
then
the
get
black
out.
man. A black man, they
Get
can
out of
do
the
it.
car. Get out of the car.
I ain't going to show the rest. But listen.
Well,
guys,
I feel so guilty. We were behind that, you and I, and all the other black men. We just were looking for an excuse to abandon the black woman to a harsh fate and sit back and chuckle. She's probably stealing my favorite Jack Daniels for Coles. Well, should we apologize? I know you feel guilty too.
You guys in the chat, we need to really, really examine this guilt trip that some of these brother fuckers and these type of pork chop feminists run around and try to make us feel guilty for shit like this.
Mm-hmm. Well,
She's in the liquor store stealing.
and in a stupid way too. Had there been a crowd of people, had she gone and coordinated, it would have been, easier to at least deny it. But I mean,
And let's be honest, you guys. I get
she
it.
practically kissed the bottle in front of the closed circuit camera.
I
Damn.
I could see if she was stealing food for the baby. I really could understand that. She's stealing liquor. She's pregnant. And then, as we gonna admit, as these race soldiers who continuously kill us, who got licensed to kill us, try to stop her, instead of taking the charge, she made a decision to not only lose her life but her unborn child and leave 2 other kids at home with her mother.
And let's stop for a minute. Did Tamir Rice, as a child, get a chance to put his toy gun down? No. A black baby is held to when he's male, is held to a higher count than a black female adult of maturity. That's the difference between being a black man and a black woman. And by the way, the only parent that was really stand up in this Black Lives Matter stuff that she quit was Tamir Rice's mother, who got used by a bunch of lesbian feminists who lied, cheated, and stole and didn't even help her out. Tamir Rice was shot on sight with a toy, who never even got a chance to put the toy down. He was executed. She had way more time than Tamir Rice. She probably never heard of Tamir Rice. She probably don't remember the young boy who got shot in the head by the white man in the same community in Columbus within the last 6-7 months. White men just blew the kid's head off. They are just killing people. By the way, a black male child, no warning, boom. And you sisters think you get treated harshly. If there's harsh treatment to go around, but you get, even in the harsh treatment, more mercy than what's accorded. And I'm not jealous. I'm not unhappy for you. But y'all need to admit, y'all get breaks on top of breaks, even when wrong. And it's blown because folks are arrogant, trying to carry stuff like you're males. You play male games, you pay male prices. She played a male game. She paid the male price. And I have questions about the character of the fathers of those other children that she had.
And Brother Tony, in the chat, your statement is so profound, and it's the truth. Dealing with us as foundational Black Americans, Aboriginal Blacks, we gotta deal with some brutal truths, man, and stop with this euphoric thinking that everything's all right and kumbaya and
kumbaya. Something. I initially saw the video and I said, my God. And see, let me tell you something. The media manipulated Black people with this. Actually, in the favor of the Black woman this time. It's interesting. Do you know that the media has not gone full tilt to expose that she took something? When a Black man's murdered by the police, if these folk have to go back 10, 15 years to find a reason to justify that man's murder, they do it.
And that's Dr. Short, that's the same thing you said to me about the Somalian girl. You said, where's Ilhan Omar?
Where is Ilhan Omar? Where are Black women now? Where is Sheila Jackass Lee? Where are these loudmouth Black and proud women? When a woman's wrong, it's crickets. In fact, let's talk about Sheila Jackson Lee's sorry ass for a minute. There was a Black woman that was working on Capitol Hill who was raped by a Black American man, whose ass should be, I pray to God, is in jail, but I suspect he is not. When this woman confided to Sheila Jackson Lee about this man who I believe worked for the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, that he had raped her, Sheila Jackson Lee told her not to file charges. Again, let me say this again. The strong Black woman, your feminist hero, the one that's always downing Black men, says the Black woman, take the loss. Who cares? It's just a little snag in your vagina. It'll heal up. Put some Bengay on it. Right? The young woman files anyway. And what does Sheila Jackson Lee do? She has this young woman fired from her job. Had it been a Black man in Congress, insensitive to a rape victim, oh my God. And frankly, he should be destroyed. In my view, and your view too, because we really do believe in protecting women, but they have to be on code. That dude should have been destroyed. But you know what? Sheila Jackson Lee simply lost a little bit of her status in the Congressional Black Caucus, and it was never a major news story. If she had only been a Black man, and you know what? Sheila Jackson Lee is a Delta. And let me tell you something. All of these schools and institutions where Black women are raped and abused, you'll find your Greek letter sisters preside over them, and they cover up for the abuse and the molestation of children all over the country. In a sense, pedophilia and the rape and hurting of children is Black women's joint. And nobody, as they sing, nobody does it better. Nobody. Y'all went from being Big Mama to Trick Mama. Again, a congresswoman that all of y'all respect because she's a Jamaican fraudster. Got y'all thinking she's a Black American and gives a damn about us. It's funny. Anyway, let me keep moving. Basically, tries to destroy a woman for not wanting to have been raped. Denied that woman justice after she had been raped. And she's still a hero. Y'all still like her. Now, had that been a Black man who had tried to cover up for rape, they would have gaslit every Black man from here to the fucking Australopithecus and antiquity. All of us are guilty. Do you know who else does that to Black men, that blame all Black men for what one Black man does? White supremacy. Most Black women are white supremacists. You relate to us and everybody like you're white. You're the biggest traitors in our group. And that pussy pass that the brothers keep giving you. Now, for that matter, the sisters that are eating one another too, that y'all get a pass from that too. Like folks knew Whitney Houston was gay. And folks knew that Whitney Houston used drugs before Bobby Brown's ass came around. And probably that fat, greasy old hip hop dick probably kept her ass alive longer. And that means she was doing drugs with Robin before he showed up. But who showed up? Oprah Winfrey and her mama, who was a player hater. Sissy Houston was jealous of Whitney. They used Whitney, exploit. Her mama did because her mama never made it. Let's just take a moment to say, all of y'all have heard the song Midnight Train to Georgia. But most of you don't know that Sissy Houston did it before Gladys Knight, and the nigga didn't get a hit. Gladys smoked her ass. A lot of you have heard the song by Elvis Presley called Suspicious Minds, right? We can go on together with suspicious minds, right? Did you know that Whitney Houston's cousin, Dee Dee, who was a lesbian, who's Dionne Warwick's sister, Dee Dee Warwick, I'm telling you, Dee Dee Warwick looks a lot like, you know who she looks like? She looks like Eddie Long with The Process. I'm not lying. Dee Dee Warwick look like Bishop Eddie Long. Anyway, I'm just saying. Now, Dee Dee Warwick sang it, and I think Sissy sang Suspicious Mind. They didn't get a hit. Elvis did. Was an intergenerational boomer hater who was jealous that her daughter was prettier, less masculine, at least in appearance, and had a better voice. So even her mother, instead of getting her counseling, covered up the fact she was molested. In fact, that whole family, the Drinkard singers, that's Dionne Warwick's people. There was some studs up in there. Nobody acknowledges that Whitney Houston was raped by women. It was never addressed. Whitney was gay probably because of the effects of being molested. And the woman molested her brother, too. And nobody got punished. When women molest, nobody says anything because a woman can't molest a boy. So nobody gang molested Ike Turner and other males, right? And Michael Jackson was molested by women and so forth. Oh, yeah, it happens. But man, a dude that's a molester who should get punished, executed, we can call their names. When a woman does it, it's... See, you women out there, you have an alliance to feminine evil because it's female. As if female evil is good. It's only male evil that's bad. It's one of the dumbest fucked up things about black women. I see it. A man that denies paternity of a child, he ain't no fucking good. But a woman that lies, the only time these hoes admit that they're wrong is in a fucking Maury Povich show. I love that shit. I should buy all the seasons and watch it. It's the only time that they're wrong, and it's with the white man, and you need all these laboratories. Bitch, you don't know who you were fucking. You've been making cum milkshakes and alleys and shit with people. You don't know who the fucking father is of your kids, and didn't care. You were hot you wanted something put in your thought pocket, and it got stuck up there. Damn the child, and hopefully there's a sucker who won't stand up to you, who will pay for your fuck toy trophy penalty. That's the issue. Let's talk about what's really happening. And they as nasty in the street as they are in the church and vice versa. Really roll some, but y'all like Sheila Jackson Lee. She's running to be mayor of Houston. And she's not going to say nothing about that Somali bitch because she wants a little jealous, hater, man-hating, castrating broads to vote for her because they'll feel like women were betrayed if you tell the truth. And I haven't heard an apology yet. No apology to Bill Cosby. 9 women were found lying about Bill Cosby. Folk haven't even given him credit for the 9 that he didn't do it to. And the others that came forward and said, well, I never really met him, but I imagine. A white woman imagine that Bill Cosby raped her. And sisters are down on Bill Cosby over a white woman's imagination. And yet you lying bitches are down on Carolyn Bryant, who did Emmett Till, I guess because it's fashionable to be against that one white woman. But there are a whole lot of others that lie, like the actor from one of the movies, and women say he did something, all the sisters jumping in, you can't be with that white bitch, right?
No,
and the white woman lies. Oh my God.
Dr. Short, we have selective anger. If the Democratic Party tells black people to be upset, that's when black people are upset.
Well, no, especially when sisters get upset. At the mainstream media, at that little ugly Don Cheadle looking Joy Reid or Don woman who's no longer on there, thank God, and Rachel Maddow who looks like Fonzie with boobs, that's when they get mad. So if they don't put it on mainstream television, they don't care. Oh yes, we're gonna preach tonight. I'm gonna preach the devils out of this church. This is a church of truth. We're gonna call the hoes out. Nasty little hoe. Need to douche spiritually, physically, everywise. Nobody wants to be on your Hershey highway. Okay, move on. And that's better than that. That's better than that museum shit that you went to, brother. I mean,
so we got our girl Oprah there. She's the littlest picture of them all.
Well, look, Oprah Winfrey has literally danced on the ashes of thousands of missing people of color in Hawaii. By the way, I need to say to you, my big sister in St. Louis, who I talk to you about all the time, my big sister had a cousin. He burnt up. There's some black folks that burnt up in Maui too. So he's gone. Thousands of people burnt up. It's not this 100. These people have agreed to lie about how many people died. And Oprah Winfrey went around to people with her. She has a lucky hat that she wears. When she wore this hat in the 90s, when she would go to auctions to try to outbid and buy stuff off of people, Oprah Winfrey put on that same hat. She put on that same hat to hand out bottled water. So we were told she was concerned about her neighbors.
Oh. So when Trump was giving out paper towels and toilet paper,
now he was evil.
Everybody had a problem, but Oprah was giving out bottled water.
She was giving out bottled water and buying up people who had nothing. She spent at least $6.6 million in buying out people who've been trying to hold on to their communities. Oprah Winfrey is part of the billionaire gentrification of Maui. So when those people are grieving, when those folks are grieving, lost family and pets, Oprah comes up probably with some Kirkland bottled water, not the expensive shit. Got some cheap shit that tastes like there's still some dirt in it, and was giving out cheap bottled water and trying to buy people out who had nothing. When folks are vulnerable, hungry, the people in Hawaii hate Oprah. And I'm going to tell you something, all the black women that run after her like she's a hero, y'all going to learn something in the near future. When folks are angry and they see y'all all up under Oprah, they're going to be mean to you because they're going to feel like you're in on the shit that she did. All these no good billionaires, the kind that want everybody vaccinated every so many weeks for every new virus that comes along. Don't you know your body is filled with viruses? We have billions of viruses inside of us. We can't get rid of them. That's all I'm going to say there. I don't want them to take this video down. But you got a body full of viruses. Those kinds of people. Mother Zuckerberg, same ones that put you in Facebook jail all the time every time you say something that's true. Are y'all understanding that along with the politics and the culture and the black woman that's before Congress saying that men have children and that men chest feed babies, you broads are on the wrong side of everything. Why? And that's when people, let me tell you something, the whole woman's thing is we want men to listen and men to give us equal. Well, when you get equal, whatever it is, you fuck it up. You're fucking it up. You're incredibly stupid when people listen to what you think and feel. In fact, I can understand why, this stuff that's happened the last 5-10 years, damn, y'all making me against. You're making me against something, saying, I'm afraid of sisters that are running for public office now. I'm scared. I used to think if women were in public office, they would look out for children. They'd be concerned for things on the home front that men might miss. And what we're finding is that it ain't true. They don't do any better. In fact, they only look out for themselves. They only look out for themselves. And Oprah, she's a witch. She's a liar. I really think she has a thing for Gayle. And my favorite story was when she and Maya Angelou and somebody else were in bed together. Now, I can't get in bed with Stevie Wonder and you not suspect me. How come Oprah Winfrey's obviously homoerotic shit don't get you guys attention? How come black women think that their lesbianism is pure and good? And yet the black man, black father better not hug his own son. His own wife would think he's suspect. Can't hug his son, Can't touch it. Every black man have to walk on tightrope to please y'all insecure asses. And yet these women can just do the most outlandish things. Megan Thee Stallion, all of them. Pathetic. Y'all got behind Kamala Harris. There's a video of her dancing with gays. She's your sister.
Chucks and pearls.
Yeah. So they throw a party and Kamala Harris is all stiff. If she screws the same way she's dancing, I see why Willie Brown moved on. It wasn't worth those 6-figure jobs he was getting for her. Yeah, I said it just like that. And let's roll back. Let me see. Who's the stud in the corner? Is that my mayor? Who's the one with the blue top on?
No, that's what you call it. That's Claudia Jordan in the top right corner.
No, the one next to her. Oh no, who's Claudia?
That's Tamara Burke.
Oh, and again, refresh. What the hell she do?
Leader of the Me Too movement.
Oh yeah. No. The other woman's about it. I know who she is. Is that Oprah with her hands raised? A new car?
Of course.
Oh, okay, you have a new dildo, and everybody jumps up. That's what she really should say. You have a new sex toy. Right? You have a new abortion. Wasn't Oprah Winfrey out there telling women to shout out their abortions? Oprah Winfrey won't tell you, but I will, that abortions leave psychological scars. A lot of women commit suicide behind them things. Sure they do. A lot of women are sterilized from the abortions. A lot of women become gay behind the trauma of having an abortion. It's called post-abortive. I can tell a lot of sisters with the really nasty attitude, brothers. The sister has a shitty attitude all the time. She's probably killed her baby. Well, how could you tell? My thing is, how could I not tell you a baby killer? All of this, well, she's been hurt. No, she's a murderess. She killed life inside of her. Why is she going to make you happy if she could kill her own flesh? And not even recognize I killed it and say, well, it was like a nail appointment. I noticed that these ladies are making selfies when they go out to kill their babies. That's some sick bitches. And everybody's not a teenager in crisis. These are professional hoes. And then what happens after they've screwed everybody and killed all these babies, and they find a nice cat, they can't have a baby. Then they're doing stuff like going to the hospitals and stealing children because they want to be able to be a woman at long last. And for all the little liars out there, well, she needed time to find herself, not 45 fucking years. You need to know who you are about age 20, 25. Have some damn idea. The more self-discovery they give these hoes, the worse shit gets. Y'all need to stop finding yourselves. I don't like what you find, and you don't like it either. That's why you keep doing all this shit with these Madame Butterfly eyelashes and shit, and the weaves, and getting folk killed in Mexico to get a new ass when your ass was so big you couldn't find pants. And, they don't make pants that fit us, and then they go out and make a bigger ass. Have you ever thought about that? Now, damn. Then they make this shit worse. And well, you black men y'all should be in. And then if you do it, well, y'all aren't sensitive enough. We're tired of that crap, ladies. We're not going to take it anymore. Kevin Samuels is here. This is the Kevin Samuels era. And it coincides with the Trump era. There's a rebellion against feminism. It's not going to last another 2-3 years. And you know what? And y'all going to be the face of feminism. And you know what they've done? They're so angry at feminism, they won't say it. They got rid of affirmative action. I was talking to one of these equity job holding holes that figured out All those jobs that they gave the black women to deny black men jobs, now those jobs are gone. And don't worry, when they get back into power, the same way the white man grabbed the black woman judge's titty in her chambers, and they didn't even they gave him some really small sentence. You heard about that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. She thought being one of the boys, had she really been sharp, she would have had an office full of black men. Even Judge Judy had a black dude back her up. I would have had a bunch of black men. That white dude would have been afraid to do it in a room full of black men. But you know what? I bet you she was, well, I've had this experience in corporate America where sisters try to do all this intersectionality shit. And while I'm not in the color race, I don't see that. We're just all going to work together. They're usually gay when they say that too. And I'm not, everyone's the same thing. And until some shit happens to them. They say, black men, save me. I hate you, but save me anyway. Black men, help me. I hate you. I would never have a kid with you. I've been trying to assimilate. I've been trying to fit in with white people my whole life. And now they don't want me. And I hate you. But I don't have the muscle mass to fight back. So would you please lose your life like Dr. King for me? I'll still curse you and hate all black men. And I'll forget your favor as soon as you do it. Black men need to stand down. Don't defend people like that. The best scene in The Color Purple, and what's his name? Help me, Lord. Lawrence Fishburne, the actor with the really bad complexion, the gap in his teeth. He does a bad complexion. Let me tell you something. A porcupine has smoother skin than Lawrence Fishburne. I'm telling you, you could put his face in the skillet and get all the eggs and stuff off the side. Oh, it's bad. But anyway, he is a good actor. Let me say something to you. He deserved the Oscar when he played Guitar Man in The Color Purple. When the character was Ophelia, I think that's the name of her, the character that Oprah played, mouthed off at the white mob and got hit in the face with the Colt 45 pistol. Too bad it's not real life. Oh my God, I'd be watching that video over and over again. Anyway, look, when he grabbed the kids and ran, he deserves a special Oscar. Because black men grab the kids and run. If you're with anybody like Oprah or like these ratchet broads, run. You're more a man running away from such broads than staying around to incur the wrath of white folks that she stirred up because she's stupid. Now keep moving. Who else we need to talk bad about tonight? And we're going to start taking questions in a second.
Yeah, you know what, Dr. Short? We can take some questions now because I'm quite sure
good.
everybody... Any questions?
And if you ask a feminist question, you will get an anti-feminist answer. So, you know, if you're a feminist, don't even try to ask a question. We've been hearing from you guys for 60 years. We're tired. We don't want to hear anymore. Go away. I mean, plan out your next abortion since that's all that gets you off anyway.
I guess it was only like 5 people I asked was they tired that put 2 thumbs up. If y'all tired of this pork chop feminist, put 2 thumbs up in the chat.
And if y'all weak and you like it, well, go to hell. Enjoy it. They're not going to go without a fight. And so Black Girl Tragic, and that was a good trilogy. Almost every one of those has done 1,000 views. One of them is lacking. There's somebody out there that knows this shit's true.
Dr.
It's
Short,
painful.
Someone who supports the channel would like you to talk about our beautiful black justice, Ketanji.
You know, she may be okay for right now, but you know that she's soft on pedophilia. She can't tell a penis from a vagina, and maybe can't tell a rectum from a vagina. She's a Caribbean. She's not a Black American. We got duped. They keep doing this shit. All these people are foreigners. She she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and she's been put there to counter Clarence Thomas. In fact, it's interesting that when Clarence Thomas said that affirmative action could be lineage based, why didn't that hoe agree with that? Because she's a fucking tether. All the times that Clarence Thomas done stuff that's disappointed black folks, he said it's okay for people who've been the descendants, who've been oppressed, to get it.
And
But
he got rid of the blanket blackness that's been going on for 50, 60 years.
Mm-hmm. She's against us getting reparations. So I don't need to say anymore. If you're against me getting a damn check, I'm against you. And you know my saying, MFM, motherfucking money. You're either for motherfucking money or you're against it. You can't be in between. That's like your penis halfway in the vagina. It can still fire. It can even fire from outside, and the heat will draw the sperm in. So, you're for our freedom or you're against it. Her not backing Clarence Thomas, that just lets you know. She's just going to rubber stamp with the white liberals to kill babies. In fact, there's a new bill in the Senate. It's they keep trying to push it. It's called I call it the Gay Equality Act. And it was put before the Senate by Cory Booker. And they probably are hoping that, what's his name? Mitch McConnell dies, because Mitch McConnell has been the main person in the Senate blocking the Gay Equality Act, which would make being a pedophile or a person that is sexually violent or a person that has sex with animals, to give them protected status as if they're an actual people. Like having sex with kids is something you can't help, or having sex with animals or being violent sexually is something you can't help. Ketanji is there to make pedophilia a protected class, and you know whose kids they're going to rape. And since she can't tell male from female, she probably can't tell children from adults. Next.
Mayor Bowser, Dr. Short, driving blacks out of D.C. That's the question.
She's a king. She's a gentrification king. And she's gay. And she likes light-skinned and white women, I suspect. And she dogged out the male police chief. And there have been a lot of people that have done sexual harassment and fraud and all that's been covered up. It's going to come out. The United States subcommittee, or should I say the House Committee on Governmental Affairs, under Congressman Comer from Kentucky, they're all down on D.C. for corruption. It's going to come out. Let the Justice Department's control shift to Republicans. You're going to see a lot of elite black people go to jail. They'll be screaming racism like they Rodney King. I'm not going to be marching. I ain't doing nothing. No GoFundMe. In fact, I may go out and get me a whole box of Krispy Kreme, and I'm a diabetic, just eating the things to celebrate. So sick of them. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption. But I will say this, Bowser is for gays. All the money that was for poor black people is being given to the illegals. Just black folk are being dogged. It's being covered up that black folks are being murdered and assisted living by foreign health aides. You name it. There's a rat epidemic in the black part of the city. She doesn't care. Crime is going through the ceiling. And black people have the chocolate city. It should be called chocolate chip. And we're just a little isolated chips on the damn cookie. But you know what? If she goes, our city council is predominantly white. They're even worse than whatever you don't like about Bowser. The city council is 150 million times worse. So,
Dr. Short, somebody asked a question about the new law in California that kids can be taken away from parents if the parents are not gender affirmative.
mhm. It was a bald-headed black woman that looked like Steve Harvey with no mustache that pushed it. hmm That means they can take your kids, cut their titties off, cut their dick off, do whatever you want to them. And it's being driven, again, by black women who never do anything wrong, who are allowing themselves to be used because they feel like they belong to white liberals the same way Mammy thought that the big house was hers because she could get cooked and get raped in it. It had to be her house. Let me tell you something. People are very angry about this. And the image of all this insanity is black women. You need to know something. Bernice King, if she's not on there, you know that the King family had a party the night that Donald Trump was mugshot and fingerprinted, Dance to Earth, Wind, and Fire. I guess Boogie Wonderland for them coons. What you need to know is that Donald Trump poured millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into Atlanta by the Kings, whoever they said give money to. He gave them money. And not one King person says, well, you know what? Donald may have done something wrong, but he was good to us. You know, you say that for a drug dealer who gave out turkeys, even if he destroyed the community with his narcotics. So this is a man that put millions and millions of dollars for years into your stuff, your friends, and your party. The day he gets arrested and a jail that you know people die by the dozens every year.
We're going to close out, you guys. Remember to like, share, subscribe, support Dr. Short and his Cash App, Dr. Randy Short, Dr. Randy Short, Dr. Randy Short Cash App. And remember, as Dr. Short saying, I'm going to mimic him. Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. You know, the likes actually trigger the algorithm, so more people will get suggested to the channel. So we may not understand the whole essence of why a lot of content creators tell people to like it, but that's what triggers the algorithm. So I ask everyone to like, share, and subscribe. Any final thoughts, Dr. Short, or you out?
Yes. Share this with people that you don't like. Share it with any asshole women and or men, or if they're faggots. Send them this video. You have no idea how good it feels to send information to people who are stupid, who won't receive it. If you want to have some great revenge, you want to laugh all night long, send this video. Send it to about 30 people, even people, you know, Facebook, whatever, circulate it. You'll find that you'll get more responses. If you're a man and you're trying to get an ex-girlfriend's attention, send her this video. I assure you she'll call you, fuck you, motherfucker, send me this shit. You want a reaction from someone, send them my shit. And you can always count on this channel to be like it is as we continue to work together. You know that we have Cash Apps that's both on the bottom. I don't remember yours. Can you tell them yours, brother?
It's L Talk 5600.
L Talk 5600. And me, I am $ Dr. Randy Short. Dr. Randy Short, there's a $. Or, of course, for those wonderful people that are still using Zelle and PayPal.
Someone asked a question. I think this question, with all due respect, is self-explanatory.
If it's self-explanatory, then let us continue.
Yeah.
The Zelle and the PayPal are my email address, for which I'll take questions from everyone except for faggots and feminists. If you send me a feminist question or a faggot question, I won't talk to you. You have plenty of people to lie and delude yourselves with. You don't need to hear from me. But I'm wrandyshort@gmail.com. I do try to give information and all to people that write me. And that's a Zelle or PayPal. And pretty soon, I have a Patreon, but we're going to launch a channel. My channel, of course, the Angry Black Men's Book Club. I need to get with my web designer this week. Everybody's been busy and under the weather, but you'll be seeing me and Brother Q a lot more. And sometimes he won't have to do all the work. I'll have to do it. So I want all of you guys who love yourselves, all of you good warrior sisters, Wazis, and warrior leaders, Wallies, you Wazis and Wallies, keep the faith. And how can you change faggonist sisters? By not giving them sex. It's sort of like Miss Pac-Man needs the power pill. A faggonist needs sex to continue being a beggar. If they were starved out of existence, a lot of those niggas would start standing up, reading autobiography of Malcolm X to try to come across as intelligent, and vice versa. How do you stop a woman from being a pork chop? The only thing she cares about is money and attention. Stop paying attention and stop patronizing them. In fact, you don't have to do it, but whenever, they annoy you, just talk about the virtues of white women. They'll leave you. It's sort of like the name of Jesus makes demons flee. The name of white women makes pork chops uncomfortable. And just try it. And so, and my suggestion to black men, just do this. The next time someone's rude to you, don't be violent. Just say, a white woman would never talk to me like this. A white woman would never say that to me. I see why so many people are marrying white women these days. Or you can even say, I'm glad my white wife wasn't here. She'd be so upset to see you treat me like this.
Remember, folks, remember to like, share, subscribe.
Right. We're out of here. It's 11:30. Good night, guys.